So what is the physical difference between a B flat and a C tuba?
So you're looking at the length. I mean, it's kind of, if you think about trumpets are also in different keys, and there's a B flat trumpet and a C trumpet, and it's really easy to see when you compare the two of them because it's physically, the tuning slide is shorter, and you can see how much shorter it is. A tuba is roughly 4 times the length of a trumpet, and so when you put them next to each other, it's not quite as simple to tell the difference between a B flat and a C tuba. They're both big, but it's about 2 feet of length.
Okay.
And what that does is the C tuba is generally a little bit easier to articulate because it's a little bit shorter. It's also a little bit brighter, and our ears tend to hear brighter as louder, so it can project better. Some people think that B flat tubas are a little, I don't want to say woofy, but broader is the description, and they can be for sure. But there's also a lot of B flat tubas that are very clean as well.
So I know that I've had a couple customers when they're playing on a C tuba, they don't know exactly what they're playing because they don't read that music just as of yet. But when they're play testing a C tuba, you can throw that rotor and put it into B flat, and they feel a difference, and all of a sudden the eyes light up. But you also hear a sound difference, even just switching within that same tuba from C to B flat. Is that almost comparable?
Somewhat, and yes, what you're saying is exactly right. Kids that come from B flat to C, when they push the 5th valve down, it feels more like home. Your 5th valve is a longer 1st valve, and so it's a little bit flat, B flat. So it's not exactly there, but it's more in the tone that you're used to. I mean, when we repeat stuff over and over again, it becomes second nature. And so when they play an open note on their B flat tuba, that's what they're used to hearing. And so if you put a C tuba in their hand, they're going to shoot low for the most part because the C tuba slots are higher. So yeah, you can test them that way. I try to get people just to, all right, play a B flat major scale fingering wise, and they'll end up playing a C major scale, but playing things that they know just a whole step off. And there is definitely a sound difference when that you called out, going back and forth from the piston and then the 5th rotor, because the rotary valve is larger, so it does actually open up the sound a little bit more.
Cool. I know one of the concerns that anybody has when they're going after a C tuba is, how long is it going to take me to learn to play in the key of C versus the key of B flat? And what routes are the best routes to take when doing that? When doing a play test with a student doing that, that's exactly what we end up doing, is say, hey, play your scale, play this scale, and all right, now to do the same scale with the same fingerings, just with the rotor down. Now you're knowing 2 different scales, even though it's coming in different. But typically, from what I've seen, is it takes about a month or 2. And we usually hand them the Standard of Excellence book or the Essential Elements book kind of deal and say, hey, now play it in this key, and give them the bass guitar book or something like that, and just figuring out your fingerings. And it'll click. It'll click. What is your usually methodology?
I think that most kids, when they get a new instrument, they're never going to be more excited about practicing that. And so when you get a tuba, whether it's B flat like you've been playing or C tuba, you're going to want to spend a lot more time on it than you normally would be practicing. Also, it helps when you're younger. The way your brain works, you learn things faster. I tried to learn the E flat tuba a few years ago, and it took a while. And after playing F tuba forever, it kind of messed me up. But when I was younger and switched from B flat to C tuba in high school, within a week I was able to play most things, except for the most demanding rep that I was able to play at that point in time. Okay. And within about a month, that was more comfortable. And it's about the time you spend in doing it and how fast your brain is able to switch.
Cool. Yeah. Hey, Music Man viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on the link down here, and find our newest material by clicking over here. Thanks for watching.